Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of AB in the Films. Here's the nutrition of 2017.
Z Nut Rit Eon.
Split. Okay, the reason I'm whispering is because everybody in the house just went to bed. So this is going to be one of those talking low episodes. But on to Split. This is a movie that I was interested in seeing. The trailer looked really good. It's a story about a guy with multiple personalities, and he kidnaps these three girls, and one of the girls recognizes him, and it kind of goes from there. And this is a movie directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, I liked it. Aside from the ending, I wasn't crazy about the ending and the way it went. For those who have seen this movie, I think, yeah, that twist was definitely unexpected. I'll say that. I'm interested in seeing how M. Night Shyamalan's going to follow it up. Let's see where it goes. But very good movie, very good performance from James McAvoy. Love the setup. I like how it flows through, aside from the ending, which I thought was kind of cheap and ridiculous. But aside from that, I really liked it. Very good setup. The first 2/3 I thought were great. I'm just going to keep repeating it over and over again. But Split, definitely enjoyed it. Next one. The Fate of the Furious. Okay, I didn't go to the movies to see this. I watched this at my friend's house, and because I was curious, how are they going to do this after Furious 7? Because I thought Furious 7 was a great ending. I thought it was a good ending. Like, you could have ended the series after Furious 7. It would have been perfect. But we all know they were going to do an 8, 9, and 10, like even before Furious 7 came out. Like, even before Paul Walker died, you knew they were going to make an 8th, 9th, and 10th. You knew that. And how do I feel about Fate of the Furious? It's a lot of fun. It's every Fast and Furious action cliche that we've seen before. I like how they worked in the story in this and everything. I enjoyed that. I liked the plot revolving around Vin Diesel's character, around Dom in that one. I enjoyed that. Charlize Theron, I think you pronounce her name. Yeah, she was a good villain in this one. And again, you know, like again, we don't usually go into a Fast and Furious movie for the story. We go in there for the action scenes. I mean, guys, now the cars are on the ice, and the submarine is popping up underneath ice. I mean, it just they've jumped the shark one too many times. I mean, like, when Fast and Furious 9 comes out, it's probably going to be in space. Probably. And you know what? I will still go to see that, because that sounds cool. I don't care if it's stupid. That is cool. So, yeah, Fate of the Furious. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. And it's James Bond. It's James Bond wall to wall, like my friend was saying. I mean, it's a Bond movie. Just watch it. Yeah, I had fun watching that one. I thought it was good. Next one. Cars 3. Okay, we all know Cars 2 stinks. Okay? I said that in the first episode of this show when I talked about Pixar. This one, this is what Cars 2 should have been. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I liked the fact of what Lightning McQueen realizes. He's getting older. He's not able to race as well as he used to when he was younger. I like that he's got to go, he meets this trainer, and this trainer learns more about racing through him, and he learns a little bit through her, and you kind of know where this movie's going to go. But you knew where the first movie was going to go. But you know what? I like it. Like the Cars franchise. It's probably my least favorite in the Pixar lineup, but it is a lot of fun. But you know what? It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than Cars 2. I'll tell you that. I enjoyed the movie. The short film Lou, the Lost and Found short film, brilliant. Brilliant. Pixar is so good at coming up with these ideas for their short films. That one was brilliant. It was so good. I was watching that short film. I'm like, yes, 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 that would make sense. That's a great idea. Love that short film, Lou. And as far as Cars 3 goes, I don't know if they're going to make a Cars 4. I hope they don't, because Cars 3, it ended pretty well. I can't really call it a trilogy because, to me, Cars 2 doesn't exist. I don't like it that much. I just like Cars and Cars 3. But yeah, Cars 3 was definitely a highlight for 2017. I thought it was very good. Next one. Dunkirk. The way I can describe Dunkirk is this. I wasn't crazy about the story. What I loved about it was the visuals. When these guys are in a dogfight, that is some of the best effects I've ever seen since maybe Gravity. And again, Gravity, honestly, in my opinion, I still think Gravity had a weak story, because we've seen that story. What you like about Gravity is the effects. And Dunkirk is just like that. This is a movie that you can't really watch in your home. This is a movie that has to be seen on the big screen. Okay? If they re-release Dunkirk, I will definitely go see it on the big screen. You know, it's a movie during World War II. I thought it was going to be a little bit like Saving Private Ryan. We were going to get to know some of the characters and see their journey through all this. It's really not like that. You really go in to watch these visuals, and it's really, it's quite a thrilling ride. It's a very long, thrilling ride. It's Christopher Nolan. It's going to be a long movie. It's going to be 3 hours, maybe close to 3 hours. But that was one really good summer movie that I saw. I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I saw it in the IMAX 3D, and it was worth it. But, you know, I say you should see it on the big screen, but it's on DVD and Blu-ray, and, you know, if you guys want to watch it, if you guys ever want to check it out, I strongly recommend it. I think it's very good. The thing that shocked me was, you know how Christopher Nolan likes the characters to talk and talk and talk? There's very little talking in this movie. Maybe after Interstellar, he probably thought, well, maybe we won't do too much talking. But it works. It worked. It was enjoyable. It was a lot of fun to watch. So that's Dunkirk. Next one. It. You know, I wasn't really looking forward to that one because I grew up with the original one from 1990, the TV movie with Tim Curry. And I can't say that that is a masterpiece. It's not. There are some creepy moments in it, yes. But this remake, yeah, they changed a few things. It takes place in the 80s. It doesn't take place in the 50s. I love all the 80s references in that movie, by the way. Like the kid has a Beetlejuice poster hanging up. In the background, you see Nightmare on Elm Street 5 is playing, something like that. And Batman is playing. You know, it's pretty cool, the little 80s references. The kids, I think, were good. A lot of these kids are unknown actors. I don't know who these kids are. The guy who played Pennywise, I thought he was good. He was good. He was a good clown. Yeah, and I am interested in seeing part 2. I am interested in seeing that. I liked, yeah, I liked some of the visuals were good. Yeah, I mean, like it was the same as the original. I mean, changes have happened here and there and stuff, but other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, what else could you do? I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Scary? No. But I liked it. I enjoyed myself, and I enjoyed watching it. It was fun. Next one. The Founder. This is a docudrama about how McDonald's was discovered by Ray Kroc. And when you hear the catchphrase, "what a crock," I think I know where that came from. Because when you watch what this guy did to Dick and Mac McDonald and screwed them over big time, you can kind of guess where that catchphrase came from. Michael Keaton plays Ray Kroc, the guy that discovers the McDonald brothers, who came up with this famous idea, basically known as fast food. We're going to get your burgers out in 30 seconds instead of 30 minutes. Revolutionary. Billions served. I really liked it. I enjoyed this movie a lot, and they also give you a little documentary in there, because there's a scene where Michael Keaton's talking to the McDonald brothers, asking them, how did you come up with this idea? And they're talking about their backstory, and in the backstory you see like the real McDonald brothers. It's interesting because one of the brothers' names was Mac. I wonder where the Big Mac came from. Now we know. And Ray Kroc just went up to them basically because he had a milkshake machine that he was trying to sell. Milkshakes. There you go. Yeah, you know, if you like McDonald's, who am I kidding? Everybody loves McDonald's. Crappy food to eat. Don't eat it. But still, you know, a very interesting story on how that all happened. I wish that they would have talked about the McDonald's characters, but they didn't come in until like the 80s, and the movie stops like in like the early 60s, late 60s, around that time. But I would have loved, you know, they don't explain in that movie where Ronald McDonald came from, and Grimace and all those McDonald characters, the Hamburglar. They don't explain that in the movie. I wish they would have tapped into that, who came up with that idea and all that stuff. But for what it is, it's about the origin of how McDonald's got started. And it's kind of a sad story for the McDonald brothers, but very good movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. I love docudramas. They're very good. Michael Keaton, great actor, very good in that. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Founder. Next movie. Cult of Chucky. This was one of the best horror films I've seen. And, well, I'm a big Chucky fan. You guys know that. I like where the story is going. I'm interested in where it's going to go in number 8. Whenever they make number 8, I don't know. That might be a couple of years down the road. But it continued the story. We saw stuff in this that we haven't seen Chucky do yet. And I loved it. I mean, like, in this one, we're putting Chucky in a mental institution. Everything you could do with that scenario, they do it. And it's great. It's funny. It's not really scary. It's more like, well, it's a little scary, but it's mostly for comedy. Because at this point, when you get to film number 7, you kind of know where the series goes. I know with Curse of Chucky, they tried to go back to the scary route, but it's Chucky. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I waited for it to come out around Halloween. I saw it. I loved it. I recommend it. It's one of my favorites in the Chucky franchise. I'm looking forward to the 8th one. See what happens in there. Yeah, Cult of Chucky. Next one. Beauty and the Beast. Talk about a film that came completely out of nowhere for me. When I saw the trailers for this movie, I did not want to go see it. I could care less. But, like I said in my review, when I was ripping tickets for it at my movie theater that I work at, everybody was coming in. We were sold out practically the first 2 weekends, and everybody walked out of it saying they loved it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And I went in there, and you know what? I loved it. It took me right back to those Disney moments, all those Disney memories that I had as a kid. And I'll give you a couple examples. Number 1, even though the original Beauty and the Beast I didn't grow up with as a kid, I didn't see that till I was like in high school. honestly. And I love it. I love the original. But this one, again, the original Beauty and the Beast, it's a musical. And like I said, it's the same songs in the new one, but it's also, there's a couple of new songs in it as well, and a couple of added scenes that were not in the original, that I thought worked okay. I thought it worked okay. I thought the casting was okay. Luke Evans as Gaston was brilliant. I thought he was great. And Kevin Kline as Belle's father, great. Emma Watson, she was good. She was okay as Belle, I guess. Yeah, really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. But the little Disney memories that I'm thinking of, because you're probably asking yourself, well, AB, if you didn't grow up with Beauty and the Beast, what do you mean Disney memories from watching this? Well, there's a couple of things. Number one, the scene towards the end when Gaston has LeFou and all the people in the village going over to the castle to destroy the beast, and they have that song number. When they're running through the village with all the fire torches and they're getting ready to go inside the castle, there's almost like an opera tone to it. And the way the singing is, it kind of reminded me of Hunchback of Notre Dame a little bit. I can't explain it. It just reminded me of that. The way the choir sounds. It sounds so much epic and grand like that. It kind of reminded me of Hunchback a little bit. Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is a movie that came out when I was a youngin'. And there's that, and also the song at the end, Celine Dion sings, which again, I grew up with Titanic. And I've said that many times on the show. That was another childhood movie. It's not a Disney movie, but it takes me back to those years when I was a young kid. And I thought that song was really good. How Does a Moment Last Forever? I thought that song was really good. The Josh Groban song at the end. The new song, I think it was a new one, about the beast singing about himself and everything and how he'll conquer love and all that. Josh Groban does a cover of it. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good. It almost sounds like a Broadway show. Very good. And I had a fun time watching it. And it's like my friend said. I said this in the junk of 2017. I had fun watching it. You know. So what if it's not? It's almost exactly like the original one. But I had fun watching it. I enjoyed myself. And it took me right back to Disney when I grew up with Disney. And again, I didn't grow up with the original. I feel if I had grown up with the original, I probably wouldn't have even watched this at all. But I gave it a shot, and I liked it. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely recommend that you guys check it out. It was fun. Next one. The Disaster Artist. I have been a fan of the movie The Room since I saw the Nostalgia Critics review of it in the summer of 2010. And since that review aired, I searched up and down to get that movie on DVD, and I've been watching that movie every year for the last 7 years. And I laugh every time. In 2013, when Greg Sestero wrote the book and I heard James Franco bought it to get the movie rights, I was hyped. And when the movie was released, I had a blast. But something else I didn't realize. Now here's the thing. I read the book. The Disaster Artist. It's more than just a little movie that these guys made. The story behind it is, it's about these two friends who met and wanted to make something. And they did it. And on that note, and it's captured well in the movie, I really liked it. I liked it on that level. And plus, let's be honest, the reason why we all went to go see it is they try to recreate scenes from the movie The Room, because you see them filming The Room, and it's great. It's awesome. James Franco as Tommy Wiseau, I didn't think he could do it. He pulled it off. There were times when I thought I was literally seeing Tommy Wiseau. And his brother, what's his name? Dave Franco. He plays Greg Sestero. He's pretty good too. He's very good. I had no idea it took that many takes to get that line when he's on the roof and he goes, "I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark." I did not know it took that many takes to get that one line. To get that scene. And that's one of the best scenes in the movie. In the movie The Room. It's one of the funniest scenes ever. So The Disaster Artist, loved it. Loved that movie. Highly recommend it if you guys haven't seen it. Watch The Room first, then watch The Disaster Artist. You'll enjoy it a lot more if you see The Room first. So that's a Disaster Artist. Next one. The Lego Batman movie. As a fan of the Lego movie, I was interested in seeing what the sequel was going to be, and I think they're making the Lego movie 2, I think. But I thought this is more like a spin-off movie, Lego Batman movie. I will say this, it's my favorite Batman movie since The Dark Knight. I'll say that. Yeah, I love this movie just as much as the Lego movie. It's filled with colorful characters in it, characters we all know. Every superhero I think that we've ever heard of is in this movie. And I like the take on Batman in here with Robin, how he takes Robin in, how Batman's kind of, sad and depressed. Gotham City, or Lego Gotham City, doesn't have much crime going on anymore because of the Joker's plan. And I liked it. I really enjoyed this movie. There were a lot of jokes in this for adults. The kids like it. It was one of my favorites of the year. For a movie that came out in February, I don't know why these Lego movies come out in February. Well, except for Lego Ninjago movie, I think it was called. That came out in September. Didn't see that one, but I heard that one was pretty good. Yeah, Lego Batman movie. Really enjoyed it. There's a lot of fun. Great soundtrack. I really like that song at the end. Friends or Family, you're my best friend, my best friend. That was a good song. Yeah, really upbeat and very funny. And very creative too. A little bit of everything in that. So, yeah, Lego Batman movie, love that. Next one. Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie. It counts. It may have not come in theaters, but it counts. I was waiting months to see this on Nickelodeon. It premiered on Nickelodeon. I watched it. It took me right back to being a 9-year-old kid again. And I had so much fun watching it. So much fun. Because it was the finale to a great TV show that I grew up with and many other people grew up with. And it was a lot of fun to watch. It was for the Hey Arnold fans. Oh man, I loved every minute of it. I hear it's on DVD. I gotta get that on DVD and add that to my Nickelodeon DVD collection. Because like I said, that collection's pretty big. It's getting bigger too, that DVD collection. So that's Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie. I really, really enjoyed it. Arnold is he's a little older now, and him and Gerald and their classmates are going on a trip to San Lorenzo where he supposedly lost his parents. And he's gonna try to find them. And we learn a lot of things about the characters that we never knew before, like Arnold's last name. It was right there the whole time in front of us. How did we not know that? Yeah, the Jungle movie, that was the first time in nearly a decade I turned on Nickelodeon out of free will and watched something that I legitimately enjoyed. That was new. It's been almost a decade. So, yeah, I enjoyed the Jungle movie a lot. Definitely. That was great. That was one of the best of 2017. I really enjoyed it. And now we get to what I consider the best film of 2017. Coco. If you want to talk about a film where from beginning to end I thought told a cohesive story with great characters, incredibly brilliant animation, and great writing, and being clever at the same time. Like, how many times has Pixar done this? It's unbelievable how they keep doing this. It's Coco. I went into this movie not seeing one trailer. So I had no idea what this movie was going to be about. I knew it was going to be about the Mexican holiday, the Day of the Dead, because I knew that they'd been planning this movie for quite some time, but I had no idea what it was about. No idea who the characters were or what was going to happen, anything. So I walked in and watched it, and I'm so glad I saw it. I mean, guys, it's up there with Inside Out and Toy Story and Toy Story 2 and Monsters Incorporated and Finding Nemo and The Incredibles and Ratatouille and Up and all these great Pixar films. It's up there. It's in maybe the top 5 best Pixar films that they've ever done. And I loved every minute of it. I thought it was very good. And so I'm going to say Coco's the best film of 2017. It was the movie. It had me laughing. It had me rooting for the characters. It's got some song sequences in it that are a lot of fun. It's got that one song, Remember Me, that is so good. It's got an ending that's going to make you cry your eyes out. It was just a lot of fun and very creative. There's this one scene where Miguel's his name, I think. Yeah, Miguel. He's going over the bridge to go into where the land of the dead is. And you see what it looks like. And you see all these lights and the skyscrapers and the city and everything. I don't know how that was done with computer animation. I've never seen them do that before. I mean, I was blown away by how they've done water in the movie The Good Dinosaur. I mean, like, you watch The Good Dinosaur, you look at the river, creek, you look at the water, that still looks like real water to me. It doesn't look like computer animation. I don't know how they did this. This was unbelievable and very good movie. Very good. I recommend everybody to check it out. It's great. Pixar's 19th film. Film number 20 is coming out in 3 months, folks. 3 months. 3 months. It's coming out. Their 20th film. I can't wait. Alright, guys. Well, that's about it for this Oscar night. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't seen any of these films, I highly recommend you check these out. And I started doing this... adding this little tradition to this tradition. We're going to have a brief moment to remember all those people we lost in 2017. That made a part in these movies and TV shows that we all know, especially the ones that I grew up with. So I'd like to take this time to remember those people that we lost. Have a nice evening, everyone. Later.